Hi there, homespun friends. It is Sherry, and welcome to the Homespun Wife. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different than I have done in the past. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite magazines during one of my most favorite times of the year. And I'm not sure if my friends will appreciate looking through this magazine with me or not, but I thought it would just be something that I could share with you to show you things that I like. And in the comments below, you could tell me the things that you like in what we look through today. Now, here is the fall edition of the Country Sampler. I have subscribed to this magazine for a couple of years. For a long time, I did not subscribe to it. I subscribed to very few magazines as a matter of frugality, but this is sort of a splurge for me. I have a couple magazines now that I subscribe to, and other ones I get from friends that pass them along to me, different magazines I enjoy reading. And sometimes I pass my magazines on to them. But the Country Sampler is one I tend to keep because I do enjoy looking through it through the years. I'll just go back in the fall, pull out 4 or 5, fall editions and flip through and look at the pretty pictures and get some inspirational ideas. Now, I used to decorate a lot more than I do now. I used to, just fill up every room with all kinds of decor. But for now, my children are grown. I don't have the space that I once had to store things. I don't feel the need to do it. And I don't like all the work that is required to decorate like I once did. It was a ton of work. And so I keep things simpler now. It doesn't take very much to make your home feel like the season that you're in. Here is just a little fall wreath. And then, I have the little truck over here in my planter I showed you. Over this way, you'll see that pretty little pilgrim that's hanging on my a little china hutch over there. She's one that I've had for a long time too. Got her at a thrift store. And so I just have a few pieces that mean a lot to me that I kind of put out throughout the season. And that's why I enjoy these magazines. I like looking at what other people have done and that I'm not willing to do. But it does sometimes give some ideas. So I highlighted some pages here with my little green paper. And I thought I would show you the things. When I saw it, I loved it. Now, I thought this was such a pretty look. What I loved in this picture right here, and tell me what you think. I think this is so pretty, and how they've done this. This is beautiful. Let me hold it closer. You can take a look at that. Looks like some kind of patchwork, 3D, I don't know, pumpkin thing, and then the little leaves with the bow underneath it. That would be pretty simple and inexpensive to duplicate. I like it a lot. I also love the little brooms. I have one of these that I could put out, and I thought that was such a pretty corner there. I'll show you something else that I saw in this magazine that was so cool, is this. Here is the tablescape, I guess you might call it, or table scene. And then here they show you how to fold your napkin to look like it is a pumpkin. And you take your little napkin ring and then you pull it through and you flip it over and put a stick in the middle. And that's what they've done up here. These are napkins that they put on the plates. It's cool, isn't it? I like that idea. Never seen that done before, I don't think. Now here is a pretty little bedroom that has been decorated for a little fall time. They've changed out their bedding and put the pillow there with the flowers. And then I'll tell you what I like, that little angel right there. Isn't that cute? And then up here, this little saying, I think it's neat. It says, "But I think I love fall most of all." That is so pretty. And you might could make that for yourself if you were creative and put that in a frame. So that's a pretty bedroom. I thought I liked that. Let's see what's next. Oh, you know how I love antiques. I really, really do love antiques. And we have quite a few of them. And so this little primitive look right here is so pretty to me. I love how they've just put little highlights of, some pumpkins and stars and just some little things out. I probably would not put this out. But, some of these, like the little pottery and things, I love that look. And you wouldn't have, that's sort of what I do. If you notice, they've taken what they probably have most of the year and they've just put a few touches of fall with it. And that's kind of what I do here as well. And then this is something I loved. I loved this thing right here. I love how they have this done, this pretty like evergreen, and then they have the little lantern right here, and this streaming down here. I like that. I thought that was pretty too. So that was giving me some thoughts about some of my own things. I think those are like, is that like little corn cobs or something? It is. It's like little corn cobs down here. That's what that little thing is. I'll have to check into that some more. Okay. As you notice, I'm getting older. When you have to take off your glasses and look closer like that, that's a sign that you're probably 60 or over. No, I'm not afraid to admit that. I am. Okay, and then this to me was so pretty. I love this house and how this lady has decorated her porch. Now look at that pretty place right there. Isn't that beautiful with the gable on the top? I don't know, something about that kind of reminded me a little bit of the Waltons. I don't know. I think that's so pretty. And look how she's got this fixed on her porch. She's got all of these pumpkins. She's got a wheelbarrow right there. And then she has this thing. Wow. I mean, that's impressive. I don't know. I don't know how she even put that together. If she bought it like that, I'm not sure. I guess I could look in the comments. I haven't really read it yet. And then this pretty yellow door here, this pale yellow door with the simple wreath on there. I'm sure she has her little fall mat out. It is so pretty. I thought, well, that's an idea that I might could do some of that. I don't know if those are real pumpkins or maybe just decorative pumpkins. What do you think? Are these real, or is this something that like she's bought at Hobby Lobby? I don't know. But you know, these colored pumpkins that are kind of like blue and the white ones, all the different colored ones, you know, that's something kind of new. We didn't have a lot of that when I was growing up. I liked how she did that. She did a good job on that. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever seen a Hoosier cabinet, or some of you may have a Hoosier cabinet. At one time, my husband and I owned 4. We refinished a lot of antiques. We would trade and barter in the mountains when we lived up there. So we would like recane chairs for someone or strip furniture and you know, fix it for people. And they would give us usually something out of their barn that we wanted that needed work. And that's how we got 4 Hoosier cabinets. And now we only have 1 because we just don't have the space. But we have loved having Hoosier cabinets over the years. And here is a beautiful one set up for the fall time. Is that not so pretty? I love the touches of white pottery. I love this candle. And that is like an electric candle that's there. And then I also like this scale. I have a scale in my dining room that my lamp sits on top of it. I have like a wire cage lamp that sits up there. And so, so I love this look. Everything that they've done here is really pretty and tasteful. And even these little like flowers, very nice. Okay, we have a few more pages to look through. Let me know if you like doing this with me. If not, we won't do it anymore. But I do think it's kind of fun now and then to see what's out there in the decorative world. Now look, you're talking about scales. I mean, look at these, guys. Look at these scales. Wow. Those are so pretty. Oh, I love that. And then this pottery here that they've set up. Very, very nice. Looking down there. Oh, that's a turkey right there. Look at that. It says give thanks. Nice. Okay. Now, we're going to keep moving to the next thing. All right, here's some things outdoors. I actually have this, or well, it's not this exact, very similar patio set right here up in, it's like cast iron, and it's up in my little island in the back of my house. And see how they've decorated that with like some mums and just some pretty orangey things. I could probably do something like this. I don't know if I'd do all that. That looks like that's like juice and stuff. But I could put like a pumpkin up there, maybe some mums and flowers on it, and just add a touch of color up in that section behind the house. And there's that little patio set and how they've done that outside. I love the wheelbarrows too. I wish I had one of those. I mean, my husband has one that, you know, it's just like a, you know, one that you It's a more modern one, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that you use for practical things. But I love those older looking ones. They're so nice. Oh, and I thought there's two things on this page that I really wanted to show you. One, is this not beautiful with this lantern? That is a pretty scene right there. I love old lanterns. I have one outside, but I have to, it's inexpensive. It's kind of like a replica. I think I bought it for like $5, and I've replaced it like twice over the years because it gets rusty. But that's a really nice one. Looks like it might be on a porch or something. And then this I love. Now, my husband and I used to have a couple of Coke machines. We had a lot of space, and we had some antique Coke machines. They were so pretty. We just always think that they just remind us of our years when we were really young, or even our parents were young, you know, growing up. But we don't have any of those anymore. But this is what really stood out to me. This little sheep. Oh, goodness. I want one of those. Look how cute that is. I love sheep. You may know that. You've seen me have a picture of myself holding a little sheep that my husband bought me. I love them so much. And, of course, there is your, you know, your rooster and whatnot that they've got decorated up. And that's a very pretty place there on a porch. But this is what I noticed. I was like, oh, I need one of these. I need to check that out. My husband would say, you do? Well, I'll find you one. So we may have to research that and see if I can find me a little sheep. Do any of you have sheep like that, like maybe outside or inside that you use for decoration? Maybe I'm the only person that likes those kind of things. Well, I can't be the only person because the person in this magazine obviously liked it. But, okay, this is something that's very pretty, but I think it's a lot. But I don't think I could really do it. Wouldn't know that I'd want to. But isn't this something? Look at that. Look at this mailbox. Wow. I mean, they have really created a whole thing here going on with that. The mailman will have to look to find the little door to get the mail in. But that definitely looks like fall, doesn't it? And, of course, the scarecrows. I know that my mom and all my growing up years, she would always like to have a scarecrow or two outside in the front with her flowers. My mom does a wonderful job outside in her yard to this day at 79 years old. She has flowers galore. She enjoys working outside with flowers and things. She loves to have pillows for the seasons. And she loves to have all kinds of like outer decor. And she says, well, honey, I'm keeping it simple now, but it doesn't really look simple to me. It looks gorgeous out there and puts me to shame. But she always says, she told me recently, I put my scarecrow out. And so that when I see a scarecrow, it makes me think about my mom. And then here we go. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about this as I close out. This is two things I wanted to point out on this page. Do any of you have any of these pretty like jade colored dishes? I think these are so pretty. I have two things that are this color, but they're not antiques. They're from Pioneer Woman. I have like a little small platter, and I have a little bowl, and they are made in this jade color. And I use them when I cook something in my crock pot, like soup or pot roast or something. I put the little platter out to lay my utensils on, you know, the spoons and whatnot that we use to get the food out of the crock pot. And occasionally I'll use that little bowl to make a cheese ball. So we'll have like a cheese ball and crackers and whatever I've made in the crock pot. So there you go. That's a little bit about me on a personal level. But I love how they've put these pretty sunflowers in there amongst these beautiful green dishes. And then look what they've done here. They just took some simple farm baskets, hung them up on the wall, and then put these little gourds and pumpkins inside of them. Looks like it might be on the side of a barn, or that might be indoors or on a porch, but I really love that look. Well, look there. It looks, I don't know, that looks like that might be indoors there. So it might really be inside someone's home, but I think that's a very pretty look. So there you go, friends. That is my little glimpse through the Country Sampler magazine Let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed any of the things that you saw there. If you've implemented any of these things and decorating ideas in your house, what do you do for decorating at home? Some people really go way out and decorate everything, and I love to go by their homes and see what they've done. And some people don't really do anything. And then there's those, those of us who might be more like me. I just like to put out touches of things around my house that get me right in the mood for the season. I always hang out something on my front door, and I always put out flags. I've got a big flag out front, a couple smaller flags in my backyard. So we live on an acre, so it's kind of spread out in certain sections. I'm able to put a couple little smaller fall flags out there, or winter, or whatever the season is. Just when I step out there, I love that little pop of color that a garden flag gives. Friends, thank you so much for spending time with me today as we went through one of my favorite magazines. I love you all. I enjoy spending any bit of time that I can with you, and like always, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.